Now, hello. I was just dealing with, there was a plumber at my house, so I was a little bit late starting today. Normally I'm starting about 8 on the dot. So I said I might do some, let me just check actually that everything is working before I get started. Yeah, that all looks good to me. I'm assuming you can hear me. So I said that I would get, I wasn't sure whether I was going to start on the next section or whether I was going to continue here. I think I might start on the next section actually, because I'm not sure there's much more to do. I could do with a little bit of polishing, but yeah, I'm going to get started on the next section. So I'm actually going to have to move my camera. Good morning. Excuse me for just one moment. I'm going to set up a little, well, I've already got one, so we'll run this one, and then I'm just going to real quick whip my mouse over to the other machine here, and you should be able to see the time-lapse camera moving next. So let's see if we can get that. Okay, so that's working nicely. My mouse, that is. I'm probably like really awkwardly kind of half in the camera here. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to set it up facing this way and then just kind of moving backwards. So we get this kind of cool scene, and then we immediately see that there is nothing behind it, which is kind of ugly. So, whoops, but we can live with that. So I'm going to start it here. Now let me see how I can do this. Just excuse me for just one moment. So I need to figure out which direction we're going to be moving in here. So in order to do that, I'm going to... What here? Which way am I facing? Towards negative x. So we want to set up a negative x velocity. So that's what I'm just going to do. Oh gosh. So motion here, we're going to set motion to be a path linear, and we're going to set, so it's a negative x motion. Let's try, ooh, that's quite a lot, and it's also the wrong way. Ah, I see. So if I do this, there we go. Now if we just bring that up, I kind of want to do about maybe ½ a meter per second, or it might be too much even still. I'm going to do quite slow because I don't want the camera to just run away from everything that I'm building. So let's try this speed. So I think if I just leave this here and then I go like this, oh, okay, this is not what I had in mind. It's doing something. Not really what I thought I would be doing right now. So let's stop that. Interesting. It's not working. Can't move. Oh, I can move now. Oh, I see. We're still running the multi-shot. Oh, it's following this this path that I set, that's why. So I think I need to set a new path then. So let me see here. We need to change. Select next path. Select previous path. Move center point. Oh gosh. There's a lot of things going on here. Insert a new path point after the highlighted point. Insert a new path point before the highlighted point. Goes to the active path's traveling direction. Oh. Select the next path. Okay, we'll try that. Up and pause key. Okay, we'll try that. So there we go. Okay, so we've got a different path now. I think we can just do some real easy, just set a couple of points, and then we should be able to go. So let's try that. Whoops, oh dear. That's not what I meant at all. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, no path set, so that's right. I thought it was just going to work, but I guess not. Oh, here. There we go. So if I just do this now. Yeah, I'm moving backwards slowly. Okay, perfect. Right, okay. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have to set up a path and everything, but I'm not. So, let's see here. Let's see if I can get back control. So, while I'm still kind of viewing this way with the time lapse, I'm just going to do a little bit of work down here since we haven't done anything here so far. And what we've got at the moment is just a rather lackluster flat spot, but of course what we don't want is people coming in to be either blocked from viewing or to be overwhelmed by what's in the foreground. We don't want the foreground to overwhelm what's in the background. So maybe, I mean, I was thinking to put in water actually. So maybe we should just bring the water in. I'm thinking like a nice kind of gentle waterfall might be cool. So let's try that. So I'm just gonna go for a brush here. We're gonna go for a lift brush. It's an erode brush, so it's a brush E lift. And using that, we're just gonna very, very slowly. Okay, it looks like it's picking up speed. It's weird. I think the first time that I do a world edit command for the day, so you need some time to wake up and remember that world edit is a thing, or voxel sniper I suppose in this case. So yeah, I'm just going to bulk this up a little bit to make kind of a river bank. How are you chaps this morning? I hope you're feeling well. I hope you slept well, or if it's the evening, I hope you had a good day. Let's see here. And maybe a little bit in here. That tree is getting really mullered by the various world edit brushes. It's a Franken tree. Epic proportions at this point. Okay. So I'm just gonna sculpt this a little bit. I might use a melt brush maybe? To try and create a more... Yeah, let's use a melt brush. So I'm going to go for brush erode melt. And then using the powder, what we can do is we can melt this outwards. Whoa. Okay, got to be a little bit careful of that grass apparently. Just get rid of the grass a little bit on the edge. We can put that back in later. Yep, so let's go again with the melt. Melting middle. Yes. Oh, come on. There we go. Beautiful. That's good. Always important to sleep well. I had a good sleep as well. I was in bed not long ago. Oh wait, long ago. I ended up sleeping at about 9 o'clock, which is obviously kind of early. But about 9:30 I think I was in bed and, you know, took it out. Okay, we get a little bit melting just to fill in these corners here. Yeah, cool, cool. There we go. And this I'm actually going to push back a little bit. Gosh, I love this melt brush, it really works wonders. I mean, it doesn't create the smoothest structures, but what it does do is really simplify the moving of terrain in and out. It's really nice, really helpful. Oh, have we bugged out the brush? No, we haven't. I don't think there is a brush bugging out. I think it's just that I like to liberally keep clicking and then it backs up for hundreds of commands. Okay, so we can have water flowing in here, I think, and I'm not going to put it in quite yet. So what I'm going to do instead is a brush stone. That is totally not a brush. Why would I type that? Cylinder stone. I also need to change here. So go brush, cylinder, stone, 4 will do, I think, and we'll just put a stone floor in here for this. I am indeed British. I live near to London. How about yourself? Are you Norwegian? Your name looks Norwegian, but some people use kind of fancy characters just for the fun of it. So you never can tell. Let's see here. Just trying to get those last ones. There's probably an easier way to do that. Ah, Danish. That's cool. My dad works in Denmark at the moment. My dad works at Nintendo. Ah, just kidding. My uncle works at Nintendo. Okay, so now we're starting to get to the point where I'm going to be able to reveal what it is that I actually want to do. I think I've made a mistake with the way I've positioned the camera, unfortunately. But I'm going to stick with it. So let's, I'm just going to push this back a little bit. It looks a bit awkward at the moment. In fact, I should probably push that back completely. Let's do that right now. So I'm just going to go for a water brush. Brush, cylinder, water, 2. And we'll just push this back a little bit. Whoa, got a bit of deep water there. Didn't mean to do that. Can I speak any Danish? Maybe I can. No, I can't. It's, what is it? It's like Swedish, but with a mouthful of marbles, right? That's probably really rude, but my girlfriend's Swedish, and that's what she says, so, you know. Okay. So yeah, my idea here is we're gonna have like a covered, semi-covered river. And so let's, I guess we can start doing that now. Sorry. Let's see here. Brush. So I want to do maybe a big cylinder brush. Brush, cylinder, stone. Let's do 10, 6, 15. Okay, so this is giving me the kind of idea that I want. So I want it to be at this level so that we continue this same thing all the way around. And that's kind of what I'm intending to do. So let's go now. I want to test out kind of what I'm imagining, which is this really how to describe it? Kind of like a really very small riverbank. So not on this scale, never on this scale. But if you imagine a beck, maybe you have beck in Danish, like a very small river where the bank kind of leans over the interior. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a brush, air, 10. Wait, this is my stone brush, is it? Okay, let's undo that. So I'm going to put the stone brush on the one that makes sense. Yeah, and now I'm going to do the airbrush on here. Air, brush, sphere, air. Let's do 8. And then my plan here is mask stone. We can create kind of a rounded. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking for. So what I'm actually going to do first is take a. Let's go for this one, this red terracotta. So we want to kind of mark out where we want the kind of the middle of this river basin to be, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to trace it out now, the full shape. So let's bring it out over this way. And then out maybe over... Oh, I should be more careful about that actually. In fact, you know what a better way of doing this is? Let's cancel this. I'm going to use kind of some marker stones using a little tricky trick. So let's do the diamond sword, and what I'm going to do... Hello! Julia Sophie Nordengrün. What is that? Is that German name? Oh yeah, it must be. Hallo. Hallo, Deutsche. Let's see here. So I want the red terracotta. I'm going to take a 15914. So brush 15914. Wait, cylinder. Brush cylinder 15914. 0.5. In fact, which width 0 and height 10. So what I can do with this, hopefully. Yeah. So let's undo that. But we do a mask air. Hallo Julia. Kommst du aus Deutschland? Oder... I'm not playing on the PlayStation, unfortunately. I don't have a PlayStation in my house. So anyway, using these little posts that I've marked out, I'm kind of marking out where I want this riverbed to go. And with a little bit of luck, we can use this technique to create these kind of... I need to put more in actually. So I just put these in because it's a material that I'm never going to use otherwise. It should be fine just to later remove that. So I'm going to put a few more in, just so that I've got some things to build around. Oh, aus der Schweiz, die Schweiz, der Schweiz. I don't know. Speakst du Englisch? Mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut. Ich habe es in der Schule gelernt. Viel Jahre Zeit. So I'm gonna, yeah, keep building this kind of around. In fact, what I can do, I'm gonna try making a marker on the ground as well. So let's do that. I'm gonna use a different marker for that. So we'll use let's do lapis 22. So I'll use this one. So I'm going to do a 22 brush H sill 22. Is that right? Yeah, 22 6 H cylinder. Okay, that's not going to work, is it? Let's just do cylinder. Yeah, okay. So we'll do that. I'm just going to shoot this around, and this is going to represent where our water's going to be. And give us an idea of where to place the edges here. So I can probably just replace this later with water, actually. But this is just to kind of delimit where the edges of our little canyon here are going to go. So we can already kind of see what we're getting ourselves into now. Okay, so let's have a go at building out a little more. So I put it on the stone brush, didn't I? So let's do that. So there we go. And bring this one around. I'm trying to keep from overlapping that lapis too much. Over lapis. Yep. And bring it down in here. Cool, cool. So we're getting a... Oh, this is very straight, actually. Let's undo that. I've made a mistake, I think. Let's make it a bit more... a bit less straight. We try and keep it a bit more shapely, because that was a bit disappointingly straight. Oop, I don't want that one to be quite so close. I want to keep it kind of far out. Yeah. In there. And into there. Here. Cool, cool. So we're starting to get this kind of canyon forming now. Ideally, I want to just be able to see through. So yeah, we can just see through. So anybody coming down will be able to just to say, see what's out there. And now I'm going to take this brush that I created earlier, this airbrush, and I'm just going to whack kind of along here. And using this technique, we can create kind of a hollowed out, quite regularly hollowed out, kind of canyon wall, which is what I'm looking for. So we're getting this kind of overhanging appearance. And yeah, that's nice. Mein Tischtennistrainer ist ein Franzose, daher verstehe ich auch den Akzent von Englischen bis Französischen. I think I understand that. You have a French table tennis teacher who can speak French, and you can understand French and English, I think. All right. So anyway, let's make. So I want to overlap even more than this. So what I'm going to go for is a small sphere brush along the top here. So let's do that on this particular tool. So we're going to go for a cylinder. Sphere stone 8. No, we're not. We're going to go for a sphere stone 4, maybe? You know what I'm going to try, actually? Okay. I don't know how to do that. It's okay. So, let's try just on here. So I'm going to obviously need to level the top off again. Oh, I see. Clearly everybody here is better at languages than I am. I think I'm secretly quite good because... or I secretly think that I'm quite good because nobody in England can speak any languages. And I can just about make sounds in about 3. So... Of course, I forget that Europeans are much better at languages than we Brits are. Not that we're not European, of course. I did vote no in the referendum. I will have you know, just before anybody remembers what Britain did. in the referendum there. So this is starting to look a bit weird and ugly, but not to worry because we're gonna resolve that very shortly. So let's get out some world edit tools. I think it's time we can get rid of these guys now. So I'm just gonna, in fact, let's just nuke them. We just get rid of the ones over here. Pause 2. And we're going to do replace, what is that? It's 179, is it? Terracotta 159. I'm going to do replace 159 air. So that will just get rid of those for us. And now if we do sell. Yeah. Now we're getting a better idea of what we're looking at. So we can have a look down now and we can just see kind of through here, we can get this really kind of cool idea of it kind of opening up. And there we go, it opens up. So let's have a go with some voxel sniper tools. So brush, a B. Now let me see here. What tool do we want? I think we want a erode, a lift brush. And using the lift brush, I think we can just push these back a little bit. I want them to be overhanging and not kind of bulging. So not, instead of like this. I can't do it with my hands. I mean, they're already kind of overhanging, but I want it to be, you know, like a wave crashing rather than like a wall with blobs on top. So we want to use the gunpowder brush, which will let us push back a little bit. Nice. Well, if you are interested in learning English, a good way is to listen to English speakers. Watch this stream. You get all the free English tutelage you need. I'm technically an English teacher, a trained English teacher. I have taught English before, so you know, this is a very educational channel. You can learn all kinds of things about about how to make people think that you know things. Let's see here. I'm going to chop the top off these things because I don't like that there's a top on them. So we don't really need the top half. So let's go pause 1 here and run all the way over the other side. And we'll just take a pause 2, say here. We're going to do replace stone air, and that should. There we go. That takes the top off those. So let's take the selection away so we can see what we've done. And that looks pretty good to me. So we are getting this overhanging. I can probably do the change the time-lapse camera. I will maybe I could try it now, but I don't want to bore you guys with kind of working on the time-lapse so much. I mean, you should be able to kind of see a little bit anyway on the camera. So I'm going to do a brush smooth here. Brush erode smooth. And using this, hopefully, we can just smooth out some of this damage in here, because I want quite a smooth effect. And I'm getting one. Actually, this is looking kind of smooth. I mean, we're still not getting that kind of overhanging as I would like, but it's looking kind of nice. So I'm gonna show you now actually what I'm thinking, and I'm gonna put the kind of surface details on, and then you guys can see kind of where I'm going with this. This won't be the final version of the surface details, but just so I can kind of see what's happening. So let's see here. So I'm going to take a new brush. We're going to do a brush overlay. Yep, and we're going to do D1. Actually, let's do D3. And I'm going to do, I've got dirt on, so this is just going to paint the top of this with dirt, which is good. It's exactly what I want. So just going to paint the whole thing. with some dirt. Now this obviously, we can already see this is shaping up to be kind of a mammoth construction. Because we've got, obviously this is the lowest tier, but we've still got so many more tiers to do to kind of fix it up. We also need to probably think about doing the back of these, so that's going to take a long time. Oops, I think I should just do a bigger brush. Okay, apparently I've got like a big backup of clicks because it's clicking it everywhere now. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. No, it's not. Are we okay now? Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay, good, good. So we're getting this kind of dirt up here, and then I want to go for, now I'm going to go for the same brush but with grass. So we're just going to overlay this with grass and paint that dirt into a green colour. And let's see that. Yes, yes. Cool, cool, cool. And then what I want to, the final thing I want to do is vines. Now vines are a little bit tricky because I've actually disabled vine growth because they grow forever. So I'm probably going to need to re-enable it. I don't know if you can bone meal vines, can you? Bone meal a vine? No. So I don't know how to make vines grow apart from just enabling vine growth, unfortunately. So what I want is the vines to just be hanging down, so we'll get this cool kind of overhanging canyon with vines hanging down and then trees above that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm imagining here, and it looks like it can work. I'm actually going to get rid of all of these vines thinking about it because they're going to be a real problem if I start to have some trouble if I start to use some of the tools. So I'm going to do replace 106 0. Okay, so we just get rid of this. I could maybe do, actually, maybe we can try it. I'm just going to have a quick test to see what happens if I try do, I don't know, let's say lapis real quick. So if I put these in here, say, and then I try to do replace 22, what is this? Replace 22 106. 22 106. Okay, so I could do it if I knew which direction to put it. So maybe that's a possibility. With this build, I'm just kind of I'm not really sure what the inspiration is here. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I'm imagining kind of, it's supposed to be kind of childish, and I'm going for kind of a fairies, druids kind of thing. So I'm trying to stick with that kind of an aesthetic, and this kind of overgrown, gigantic, tiny thing seems kind of appropriate. Like this could be like a little riverbank in someone's back garden almost. I mean, it's a little bit larger and more extreme than that, but you get the idea. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue this out for now. So let's do the same tools again. Oops. So we're gonna bring it through, and through again, and through again. Another thing I was thinking is giant trees with their roots could be fun, to kind of have huge tree roots kind of reaching down into this area. So let's do now the air sphere to take out the extra there. Yes, cool, cool. And then we can go for stone spheres. And I don't remember which tool it was. Was it this one? Those little stone spheres? Yes. Okay, so let's just do a couple little stone spheres along the top here. Again. And on the other side. Oh yeah, where does it look like in Denmark? Oh, some places, Denmark is quite, it's got quite flat with lots of little gullies, right? Lots of ditches, drainage ditches. Is that right? Alright, so that gets rid of that and makes it flat. I'm gonna go down a little more. Nice. Cool, cool. And now let's do... I'm just gonna get rid of that selection, and we're gonna do our brush. It was a lift brush we used, I think. Brush, erode, lift. And I'm just gonna push. Whoa, let's not do that. A smaller lift brush, I think. B3. Whoa, let's not do B33. That is gonna be a very big mistake. So, yep, we can get a little bit in here. And the same in here. Munts Clint. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that is, unfortunately. And let's see here. Let's go for smooth. Brush, erode, smooth. And we're just gonna smooth this in a little bit. Hello, my stream VN. Hello. How are you today, friend? But let's see what else we can get in here. A little bit more smoothing, maybe. Okay. Yes, yes. Looks good, looks good. And now we're going to go for a big brush again. So let's go for our overlay D3, and we go for a B10. So a big overlay brush. And we just turn this topsoil here into, whoa, not grass. We want it, oh, we turn it into the dirty voxel. Let's not do that. So let's keep going over here. Keep overlaying. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, it is I, the alchemist. How are you doing today, friend? Oh, it's the Frenchiest Fry. I don't know that guy, so... bye. I just had to rhyme, that was all. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'm quite digging this. I think it's pretty freaking cool. We can get the floor in now. One thing I'm very glad about is we're starting to pick up a little height, so we're no longer right on the bedrock, which should allow us a little bit more freedom to do some cool stuff here. So I'm gonna pick the floor up a little bit. So let's go with I'm gonna go with stone blocks, I think, for now. Or maybe cobble. Cobble's a bit ugly though. Maybe I can make a riverbed texture. Oh, I don't know. I think we're just gonna go for I'm going for dirt. Brush, sphere. Oh, let's not do it on there. Brush, sphere, dirt. Oh no, wait, I want a cylinder. Cylinder, dirt. Let's go for 7. And we'll go for mask air. So we only want to hit the air. And we're just going to put in kind of a riverbed here. And I should make it a little bit bigger so that we get everything. Boom. Nice. And this way we can put in a little riverbed. And yes, let's reach the end here. That will give us, as I say, a little bit of a riverbed. And we can get some water in there. I'm thinking I can put lapis in for water for now and then just swap it over later. So let's do that actually. So lapis is what, 22 is it? I could never remember the name of the block, so I'm gonna do 22, yeah. Whoa, that's 22. And we do mascara again. And using this, we should be able to, if I can find a kind of a seed point. We're going to create water without the water. And we can just transform that back into water later. And I've made a big mistake. Let's undo all of that. You know, I was just saying, oh, I can make the riverbed an interesting shape because I haven't got, I'm not on bedrock anymore, and then I immediately didn't make the riverbank an interesting shape. So what I'm going to do here is put some, I'm going to go for a cylinder brush, cylinder. I'm basically going to go for the same dirt brush as I had before, brush, cylinder, dirt, 2. And I'm just going to line the wall with that. Are we hitting the... Do we have a mask? I'm not sure if we have a mask or not. I should probably put a mask on. No, mask air. We only want air. So I'm just going to run along here, and this is going to give us a little bit more of an interesting riverbank shape, I hope. Like inside. But yeah, I like the idea for some ores in the wall, for sure. I think diamond and lapis could be really nice, actually, but at this point, not quite yet, basically. We need to kind of hammer out the main kind of shape first, I think. So I'm going to bring this... Ooh, do I want to bring it all the way through? Maybe not. No, I think... So we'll have the water come down onto the lower level here. And so I'm just going to keep... This is basically going to be... The idea being a bowl-shaped river bed. Bring this all the way around. And then I think maybe I can put... Oh, the camera is kind of escaping now. Oops. Let's see if I can put the camera back in position. Maybe. What's the time? Okay, yeah, we got a little bit of time for another camera shot, I think. So let's go through here. Just gonna clear out these guys, and then we can put the camera through the middle here. Yeah, that'll work quite nice, I think. So excuse me for just one moment. I'm just gonna teleport back over here. I'm just gonna move the camera, so let me stop that. Oops. And I'll move this over. That's my mouse I'm talking about. So we'll move the mouse over so that I can get down there. We can start here. Look, we'll fly straight through. So let me just change the motion here from negative to positive. And aim it straight forward and let's go. Yeah, I think that works. Should be okay. I don't think I'm going to hide the camera. I mean, I kind of want... There's quite a lot of effort to get the camera to be there, and I quite like it, so... Kind of. I mean, more rivers would be kind of cool, but also I'm trying to get this gigantically blown up kind of forest stream going on. So I feel like adding some more smaller waterfalls might kind of break that illusion. So I'm trying to go for what's the term? When we make something that's very small, very big is kind of what I'm trying to go for here. So I don't want to kind of break that illusion by introducing some things that would only be very small, very big, sorry, i.e. waterfalls. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put some kind of really large trees here. I'm thinking basically we have a big tiered valley like we've got here, except we have gigantic trees like the one over there. So it's like almost like we're inside a upscaling. That's the word. Yes. I'm thinking kind of going for kind of upscaling a forest. Really kind of magical feeling is what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to bring this all the way around the edges here. It doesn't have to be too regular, but just to create kind of a bowl-shaped bed. I want it to be kind of really fantastical, kind of, rather than kind of somewhat realistic. So let's do the same thing here. Oops. I could probably put some gravel in here as well, actually, couldn't I? For the interest that it will create. We have not completed this, actually. That's funny. Let's finish that. Just skipped that part, apparently. Didn't want to do it. I am building a... I can show you what we've got at the moment. So I'm extending on this build here. It's called Peaceful Valley at the moment. And I'm just trying to extend what I've got at the moment with another kind of section of upscaled riverbank, kind of, or river. It's supposed to be a... oh, this is a little bit easier than doing it by hand. Actually, I'm not sure it is. It's probably about the same amount of effort. Yep. So then... that looks nice. Can I get rid of... we'll deal with this transition later. I'm going to just focus on the main kind of structural components here. This is looking nice. Let's go for some getting the water in now. Do I want to do... actually, maybe I can do... no, I think we can just put water in here. Well, not real water, of course. I'm scared of water. So, what is that? Oh, that's that tool. What's that one? That's that. Okay, we'll use this. So we do mask air, and we'll just hit the air with this, and then hopefully we can flood this with fake water. I think I need to do cylinder 3 maybe? Oh, no. So mask air, and we'll do brush cylinder 22, 10, 3. Is that going to work? Yeah. Oh, except it wants to be slightly higher as well. 4, and we do mask air. So this should just hit air. So there we go. So now we've got quite a lot of water in here, which is cool. And we're going to take it all the way around. Hey, everybody has to start somewhere, and practice is the best way. Practice makes perfect, so Yeah, just build and build and build, and you get pretty good. I was pretty poor when I started streaming again, but definitely got a bit better anyway. So this will eventually become water, but at this point it's not, of course. So let's go for a 3 now, and we'll go for a 2. And just load a little bit here, and we can fit one there. Whoa, okay, let's not fit one there. Yeah, okay, we won't bother with that. We'll deal with this later. So that's kind of nice. What we can do to kind of make this look a little bit more reasonable is we can say this is kind of a rocky section where it's breaking through the. Oh. I'm trying to avoid using the mods because it makes there's not really a good reason that I'm avoiding the mods. I prefer, I think, the standard Minecraft. I think the problem with adding some mods perhaps is that if those mods go out of service, which they frequently do, you can't play anymore. So that's kind of a big problem. And also it reduces the downloadability of the maps. And also, probably, I don't know, maybe the last thing is that it, anybody picking up, I don't know if it's cheating so much, but I suppose it kind of is. It's a little bit like changing the rules of Minecraft, isn't it? Adding new shapes of block. I mean, of course, it's not. It's not that big a deal. You can't cheat in a single-player game. A game about creativity, but yeah. I mean, when you start to add some blocks, it's like where do you stop, really? I guess. I'm from England. I live near London, in England. How about yourself? Where are you from? Go for one more in here. So I'm thinking I could put some white water in there, perhaps. So this is kind of the point where the spell is broken. We're going from... Now we're in miniature world. This is... we're miniature here. Nominally, of course, it's not going to technically be true. But we're going to be given the impression of being miniature at this point, I think, is the idea. So I'm going to have a go and see if I can get the vines in, because I'm not sure, there's not really much stopping me from doing that at this point. I mean, I need to... maybe I'll try a little bit more erode brushes, so we'll try a lift brush, and we'll just... Oh, let's not do that. Wrong one. So we want a much smaller lift brush, of course. So we'll go for a small one, and we'll just use the powder so that we push back instead of pulling. My intention here being to create, as I say, this kind of overhanging feeling, which is going to be tricky to do in Minecraft because we are rapidly running out of voxels. Oh, hello! Ich spreche Deutsch. Ja. I like to use my opportunity to speak some languages. So that's looking a bit ugly now. So we're going to take a smooth brush. Oh, actually, let's just push up a little bit more first. We missed this corner. And maybe we can use the actual lift brush and pull out as well, because we've kind of done a lot of damage, but not really restored anything. I'm just going to lift a little bit. Oh, that works a treat to create kind of a bit of... to restore a little bit of the damage that we've just done. Okay, let's not do it there. That was a bit much. Is that gonna work? Maybe? Yeah, I think that's kind of doing what I want, actually. I might even replace entirely this whole section with dirt. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. So all of this overhanging stone is actually just dirt. And I might change the stone to a different colour as well. Maybe I'll go with andesite. Or I was thinking kind of terracotta almost. Oh. So let's take a smooth brush anyway. And we'll just, oh, it needs to be a bigger one. We'll go for a size 5 and we'll just smooth this out a little bit. Okay, we're starting to get a very square look now, which is not what I had in mind. So we are going to need to try and repair that a little bit before I do anything else. Okay, so yeah, we got quite square. So I'm just gonna try to break that up a little bit by hand now. I think we're at the point where we can kind of do a bit of work on this by hand and try to get it how we want it. So I want it to have a very smooth feel. At the moment, it's not got that. It's got quite a rough feel. Maybe the blend ball can help here. Says Imgal again, and probably it doesn't. I'm determined to use that brush, but I'm still not really sure what it's useful for. Yeah, I could try doing the blocks at random, although I think quite often what you end up looking with is a bit messy, having just randomly arranged blocks like that. So definitely a possibility. I'm thinking maybe terracotta could work to create this unnaturally smooth kind of tunnel. Because again, this is not necessarily supposed to be perfectly. It's not necessarily supposed to be a perfectly natural kind of thing. As I say, if it's kind of upscaled, we can do things that we can't really do on the large scale. So, for example, a tunnel made of clay doesn't really make sense in a large scale, but, you know, if this was clay soil and you had a little stream going through it, there's no problem with that at all, I think. Or like a kind of a muddy clay riverbank. So let's have a look here. So yeah, that's a bit smoother, I think. Getting a bit more smoothness in there. So I'm trying to make this kind of round aesthetic for it. Let's bring it over here. So. That's good, that's nice. And here. Yeah, darker blocks is definitely a possibility. That's a good technique, for sure. Using dark blocks to suggest shadows is a good idea. So I mean, if you're thinking kind of right under here, that's definitely a possibility. What I'm going to do is transform the top to dirt, though, before I do anything else. So we're going to do a... take this one. Actually, we may as well do the diamond brush. We're not going to use that again. So we brush, sphere, 3, dirt, mask, stone. Whoops. Dirt 3, and we'll do a mask stone, and then we can just pop along here and just get all of that and turn it into kind of this flowing, unrealistically flowing over dirt, which is kind of what I want to get. Yeah, and dirt doesn't have the same problems as stone because it's such a busy texture. It's not quite so upset by having very busy block patterns, whereas stone is quite smooth. And so when you have a very busy block pattern, it looks very, very rough, whereas dirt doesn't have quite the same problem because it already looks kind of busy. You don't how to say this? The texture of the stone is smooth, and so when you have rough blocks, it looks a lot rougher, whereas the texture of the dirt is quite rough already, and when you have rough blocks, it doesn't make it look quite so rough. A smooth wall of dirt is never going to look as smooth as a wall of... okay, so I'm kind of excited to try terracotta. So I want to do some kind of cream colour. So let's try... I mean, white terracotta is cream coloured, but it's so white. Let's try it anyway. Screw it. YOLO! I can always turn it back. So it's 159, is it? So do the same thing here. 159, I think. Yeah. So let's try that, and we'll do... let's do sphere 5. And we're just going to run along here and just basically turn this into a weird white pipe. Creamy pipe. Gross. Nice. And we'll do the same here. Hi, Spiffy. I'm sorry you can't join the server, it's just a private server. Maybe in the future I can let people on to have a look, but at this point, no, sorry. So, I've done that. It looks kind of bad. Oh well, we've learned from that. Let's try changing it to different colours though before I do anything else. So let's come over here. And we go over here and we go pos 1. We take it all the way over, and I'm thinking I'm going to try brown maybe. Take a pos 2. And let's do a... What have we got at the moment? This is 159.0, and we can change it to, let's try light grey, 1598. Replace 1590, 1598. Oh, that's nice. Now we're getting real smooth stone. Look, let's try stone as well. That didn't work. It's because I need to undo it. Oh. And maybe, let's undo that again. Let's try andesite too. It's not smooth though. I quite like the smoothness of the the plain stone. The plain grey. So maybe we can try different colours though. So let's undo that. Let's try just all the colours and see what it looks like. So there's, I think that's red. And we got purple. Probably not going to do purple. And we've got... Is that still purple? Pink, is that? Yellow. Probably not going to do yellow. Oh, really? That's cool. You can send... can you link? I'm not sure if you're allowed to link in this chat or not. If you can link, send a link so we can see it. Black. Yeah, not that. So, contender number 1 is this one. And let's try 9. 10. Try 11. Try 12. Maybe that's a possibility. 13. Green is not appropriate. 14. Also no. I'm running the machine. I'm running the server on the same machines that I'm running my recording software, so I would be a little bit concerned about. I'd be a little bit concerned about slowing it down by managing all those players, but it's a possibility, I think. Maybe we could do that in the future. Maybe we can. Let's go for the grey. I think this super smooth. Or maybe we can do grey and stone. Yeah. Can we do dirt as well? Nah. Oh, tricky. I'm getting a bit of indecision here. Right, I'm going to stick with the grey. And we can change it later if we want to, if we come up with a better idea. And what are we on time-wise? I've got a little bit of time left to do, put some vines in. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's do terracotta again. We'll use red terracotta and we'll use blue terracotta. Concrete will do. And so what I'm going to do with these is mark where I'm going to put both. So there's the two directions of vines that I'm going to use here. Whoops. So I'm basically just going to coat this entire surface. Oh, maybe I could do it with leaves. I'm just thinking maybe something heavier than vines will work, actually. So we get this super heavy kind of overhang, which is kind of what I'm looking for. But we can try that. We can try various blocks in this position. So I'm gonna replace. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but well, maybe we can have that at a later date, because I was not convinced by it. I think maybe I need to come up with. I mean, what I really want is a very smooth tube. So maybe if I rework it, I can make it look a lot smoother. But let's try out the vines anyway. So vine is 106. So if we do replace 159 106, so that worked, but it was on the wrong side. So we'll undo that. Try 1061. That's wrong. Try 1062. It's also wrong. Undo that. Try 1063. That should do it, I think. No, but that is a good one. I didn't realize you could have them on more than one side, to be honest. There we go. So we get this kind of a look. which I think can work. Let's do... get rid of that selection. So let's undo it, actually. Oh, I need to make a new selection because I deleted that one. I'm going to try some leaves and see what the leaves look like. So let's go down here. If you want to send me messages, you can do so on YouTube, or I have a Twitter account now, but I haven't really used it, and I probably won't be looking too close at it. There's also a Facebook page you can message me at. I think they're linked in the description, so you can probably contact me that way if you so choose. So let's try replace 159 leaves, and then I'm going to have to, I think, head off because it's nearly time for me to go to work. Oh, maybe this is going to work best, actually. So we get this giant grass look. I think that's about what I might go for. In fact, let's try... green... What are my options here? We've got green terracotta and green concrete. So let's try 25113. 25113. Oh, what did I do there? I replaced everything with it. Replace 159? Yeah. To be honest, I might do something like this giant, cartoonishly large grass, kind of hanging in. But anyway, I think I will continue with that next time. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll have a go for now, because I've got a few minutes. So I'm just going to have a quick try with that. So let's try this, and we've got different green as well, haven't we? And we've got lime as well. So we've got green terracotta, green concrete. We've got lime terracotta and lime concrete. Not going to use the lime concrete, it's too green. So if I were to do kind of like this, just kind of imagine that I was building some giant kind of leaves of grass. Kind of hanging down here. I think that could look really good, actually. And just go here. Yeah, I think a combination here, like basically it looks like a camouflage rug being thrown over. I wonder whether what kind of around the area. Maybe we can do a village. I was hoping to get a little bit further away because I like the idea that this is completely uninhabited. So I was kind of hoping this could be almost like a secret area, but it doesn't have to be that way. We'll see how we get on, and maybe we can do that. Maybe we could do some kind of fairies or magical creatures. I was definitely feeling like the giant mushrooms would be totally right at home here. Nice. Yeah, this is going to look good, I think, if I get it the whole way along. But yes, I think I'm going to have to call it a day at that, and we will continue this either this evening in about, what will that be? About 8 hours, I suppose, or I will continue it this time tomorrow, so 23 hours from now. Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing I want is no everyday average Joes here. So we've got, you know, these like ancient ruins, and I quite like that. I don't want to put in some like modern structures. So I think kind of basic magical evidence of kind of magical creatures will be fine, because we've got this kind of druidic feel about the whole thing. We got this this little fairy ring here, don't step inside. And the stone circle, we've got this stone circle over here which looks kind of magical. Obviously the giant tree is kind of magical. Probably best not to ask me about my tips for starting a channel, because I've been losing subscribers, so probably not the greatest person to know. I can give you a little bit of advice just before I go. So I think probably my biggest piece of advice for making a channel is the quality of the channel. You've got to keep trying to make it better. You can't settle for rubbish quality because people just don't want to watch it. If you have low frame rates, I know saying that I probably have a low frame rate on this stream, but if you have low frame rates, or if you have you know, people can see the edges of your screen or whatever, or you've got a poor quality microphone, or you're using any kind of shortcut you take, people will notice and they'll be turned off. And I've always been a believer that if you put enough quality in, you'll get subscribers out. So don't cut any corners, I suppose, is my advice. And always keep trying to make it better and better and better. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll be continuing with this next time. So thank you. Bye-bye. Now I've got to find where to stop the stream.